So today, Riot finally announced the pricing structure for the new immortalized legend Ahri skin to celebrate the legacy of the king of League of Legends, Lee Faker Sang-hyuk. And to say people aren't happy is a fat understatement. Like, players are literally calling to boycott and permaban Ahri as a result of this. Before I even begin the video properly, I had the absolute best time today reading through all the memes on Twitter. So I'd like to share my favorites because within a 24-hour span, there's been a lot. Everyone shown in this video will of course be linked below as always.
No, 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 no. Oh, he tried it.
So now that we've all had a good laugh, let's dive into the issues at hand. Firstly, and this is directly off the client, the signature immortalized legend collection is set to cost a total of 59,260 RP, which is in the realm of $500 depending on where you live, for an in-game cosmetic bundle, pixels on the screen. You can literally buy a whole TV for that, or a bike, or groceries for a month, or I don't know, pay your rent. You get the idea. This is a ridiculous amount. Now, just to point out the obvious, no, you don't need to spend an entire 60,000 RP to get parts of the bundle. There are broken tiers, but to get the absolute best offer with all the limited edition bells and all the limited edition whistles, it's still going to cost an exorbitant amount of money. On the official page about the skin and the Hall of Legends, Riot themselves answer the question, how were the collection pricing options and offerings decided? In it, they say, quote, "We thought it was essential for there to be something for you and for everyone as we celebrate our first Hall of Legends inductee." Sorry, did I miss something? Can everyone afford the offerings here? Even the base Ahri skin in this offering is $50. Now, aside from all the memes and jokes, there have been some real concerns raised. I think one of the best summations I heard was by TB Skyen, a prominent League lore content creator, which, by the way, his lore videos and skin reviews are absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend checking his content out. Of course, his link will be in the description below. Here's what he had to say.
Does anyone need me to tell them not to buy the new commemorative Faker skin bundle? Riot is charging the equivalent of $500 goddamn dollars for the thing, and you can get a PS5 for that kind of money. You absolutely should not buy it. It's not worth it, it will never be worth it, and Riot are taking the absolute piss here. And don't anyone come at me with, oh, but they're doing revenue share, because first of all, they're not sharing enough, and second of all, it doesn't really matter who gets the money. This is an obscene amount to charge for an in-game cosmetic, and clearly, what Riot is trying to do here is push the boundaries of what they can get away with, either so that they can charge even more for big event skins in the future, or so they can pretend like they took feedback and listened to the community when they dropped the price down to $250 in some pathetic performance of compromise. As for the skin itself, it's a good skin. It has a lot of impressive effects. The color scheme is good. The multi-headed Hydra thing on the tails is an interesting use for Ahri's character design, and the level up mechanics are fun. But Riot are taking the absolute piss here. Do not validate this business strategy with your money. Do not buy this.
So just 50 seconds of good points really, but also I'm going to expand on one thing he said here. While Faker himself earns money off this bundle, the 30% that Riot confirmed was also tied in with their new global revenue pool, which is used to support new esports ventures. So by buying the bundle, 30% goes to support Faker, T1 and esports as a whole, but only 30%. On to the next concern raised by Redditor Thirsty for Beef. In this post, they very validly point out that after the event, the Hall of Legends Ahri skins will be locked and unobtainable, even through rerolls once the event ends. In their main point, they say, quote, "If anything, this tactic goes against the core of the Hall of Legends, which is to immortalize iconic pro players." You mean to tell me that by locking a Hall of Legends skin to be obtainable at a specific date in a year only, you are immortalizing the player in the game? Imagine you're a new player in 2025 who played the game because of Faker and want his skin, only for it to be unavailable because it's premium and exclusive. In a few years, we'll hardly see this skin, and if anything, it's kind of insulting and only shows how you're using the iconic pro player's image as a means to release exclusive, over-expensive cosmetics. Under this post, the top comment honed in on the prospect of buyer FOMO and alluded that Riot was testing the waters with the expensive mythic chromas, with another funny comment under it saying, "Immortalize, limited, pick one." Another post, almost mirroring this sentiment by user Swift Respite, highlighted that almost every League player loves Faker, and we'd all probably gladly buy this skin in support of him, if it weren't paywalled behind hundreds of dollars. Quote, "This was supposed to be something to remember Faker by, when he was retired, and proof that we were here and cheering for him when he was still playing and lifting trophies. Faker never uses skins because he wanted to show the world that you don't need to be rich to be good at the game and someone great. While the last bit is only partly true, Faker has said he doesn't use skins because default skin feels the best and has the best clarity, but honestly, with how humble the dude is, I can see Swift Respite's point being true too. And of course, there was a banger top comment reading, the most expensive skin in honor of the player who almost never used one. In fact, and I've made a video on this before, there's sub 10 times when he's used skins in pro play, and a lot of them weren't even his own doing. Like when he used Battle Bunny Riven, it was because a ref selected it by accident to take into a custom game to test something and he just left it pre-selected. And most of the other times it was his own skins, and probably because his team forced him to lock it to match the other Tier 1 skins. Faker literally averages less than 1 skin usage a year of his over decade-long career. Then, after this, another good point was raised. In the most ironic state possible, the most expensive bundle yet is supposed to represent one of the least skin-using players of all time? In this old interview brought to light by Yelta, Faker was quoted saying, "I thought someday his own Tier 1 Ryze skin would come up in your shop. I was waiting for that day to buy it on sale." Typically, in other sports or professions, people are immortalized or remembered not only through their accomplishments, but also the people or players they were and their qualities. And Faker is definitely not a showy or flashy or greedy player. We have also seen Riot do a commemorative skin before, which by the way performed very well and is one of the most popular skins of all time, Showtime Draven. This was to celebrate 10 years of esports, but for 10 years the skin costs under $10, and for its time had really nice effects, designs, and bonuses, which takes me to the last point. What bonuses does this Ahri skin actually have? Touted to be the first of its kind, as per Riot's site on the skin, user Anoni Noob raises the point that Ahri's features of a kill counter are already seen in the literal base Kai'Sa skin's voice lines, Mecha Kingdom Jax's, and Soul Fighter Samira.
Stand between me and my nap time. This won't end well for you.
A mediocre crown from a mediocre man.
A holographic hovering effect seen on Project Pike and Odyssey Kane, and HUD alt activation effect seen on Project Vayne and Renekton.
I know you're scared I'll win.
The only effect that's new is the tower kill effect, which honestly who cares? And I'm almost mostly certain that we'll see that same effect in the very near future on other skins. So with all these points raised by a very valid community, I want to know what you think, dear commenter. Please let me know your thoughts on all this below, and for more League news content, be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.